Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Unlimited Justice. This time, smack in the heart of Smith-tember. That's right, where we cover all things Kevin Smith. God help us all. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the fastest woman alive. No jokes, please. It is.
Hey, y'all. It's Lilith Hellfire.
That's
I'm the
right.
slowest woman alive, thanks to my edibles, actually.
Oh, my. I thought what some himbos tell me. Anyway, yes. We're going to cover, I believe, the first episode of The Flash to be directed by Kevin Smith.
You would be correct.
Wow, thank you. I'd like to hear a woman say that. Yes, Flash Season 2, Episode 20.
It happens so rarely.
I know. The Flash Season 2, Episode 21, The Runaway Dinosaur.
Okay, I'm going to admit something.
Oh, boy.
The minute, and I mean literally the minute the Arrowverse was dead. Sorry, Lois and Superman and Lois, you don't count. I'm not talking to you because I don't really care for you. The minute the Legends were over, I'm like, okay, I never thought about the Arrowverse again. Not ever.
Oh.
Like every time I try to go rewatch, I just can't fucking do it, bro.
Whoa. Okay.
So much trauma in the Arrowverse, man. I think it starts with season 2. It's like it loads you into this false sense of security that it's gonna be better than Arrow, but like you start seeing the little tropes of like, oh no, the team's getting bigger. We're doing the same. Let's go talk in the hall. Like it just starts to become a parody of itself.
I thought you meant the trauma porn, like when Henry at the end's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay in Central City and be with my son. Oh, okay.
That too. It's like, babes, you blew your load. Like you had John Wesley Shipp. You could have had him in the main cast. He wasn't doing too much. And I don't really know what happened there. I have my speculation.
Well, they made him Jake Garrick, but again, it's like they really...
And how did that really work out, honestly? Every single time they give him a new character, how does that really work out? So I feel a ways.
I mean, they didn't use him enough, like you said.
But they could have, and they were supposed to, is my whole point.
Yep.
And it had a lot to do with the movie, which is why I hate that freaking Ezra Miller Flash movie. We had to adjust so much for Arrow because of the flopped DCEU, and it just annoys me.
Yeah, because that movie's done so much, and what's his face has done so much since that movie, huh?
What's their face?
No, what's his? I put that out of my mind. Yeah.
No, their pronouns are they. I'll respect it. I guess I don't want to.
Well, I have put that person out of my mind.
There you go.
Yes. All right.
Me too. But like, it's just like so much that I know now, and I'm looking in retrospect, and it's like, season 2 was a good season, but I honestly think season 1 was the best season of The Flash, and they just kept trying to follow the formula, and every single season was just diminishing returns.
I mean, yeah, season 1 may have been the best. I mean, just with the whole mystery of Reverse Flash and everything, and it's like, oh, well, is it Wells? But then it looks like Reverse Flash kills Wells. And again, it's like
it was really cool. Like they subverted expectations in the best way that I've seen it, and not too many shows have been able to pull off in like the whole time that I've been alive. You know what I mean? It was a really good twist. They kind of gave it the comic book fans what they wanted, but they also put their own twist on it, and that's kind of what you want from a comic book adaptation, right? You want the Easter eggs. You want to know that they respect the source material. And all those things. And at first I was like, wait a minute, it seems like they do. But as the seasons go on, you just notice like nobody has read the comics. And it's just all CW melodrama tropes at some point.
Yeah.
So, but season 2, it was okay. Like I liked season 2 when it first aired. And I was just like, okay, this is cool. And we all remember the whole debacle how Kevin Smith got this Runaway Dinosaur gig. I wish I could cry and make money.
Yeah.
That's his superpower. I'm so jealous.
Because that's all.
Man. He's a man that gets to do that.
I know, kids. Again, this is your wheelhouse. think he got high and he cried while watching and filmed himself crying while watching the season 1 finale.
That's what made me kind of side eye his ass. Like, who films themselves crying?
Who filmed himself watching the show?
Who said or who had a racist tirade and is apologizing? To be quite honest, it feels very gimmicky, but it's a good episode. But like, well written. I just feel like when it comes to like TV shows, for the most part, TV directors really don't have to do much. But like,
well, that's what I was going to say. How much Kevin Smith inject into this episode?
Well, he did. Wasn't Jason Mewes? That match. Jason Mewes is at the beginning of this episode, right?
Well, he's kind of in the middle because
we get that cameo. Like, yeah, I think like a quarter, like the first quarter. Yeah,
his Hummer. He's like, that's my mom's car.
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, he can inject some Kevin Smith into it.
Yeah, I mean, besides getting his friend a quick cameo,
it's just like, oh, okay. I was wondering how he was gonna work that in.
Yeah, story-wise, he couldn't change a lot, could he?
Right, but like it's kind of weird. Like I feel like season 2 is really weird because we're getting like Earth 2, we get we get Grodd, we get Legends official introduction and stuff. It was just kind of like a really weird. It was just this really weird kind of season. Like they're still trying to figure out what sticks,
Yeah, and again, the whole universe is getting bigger, like you're saying at this point, and
I honestly believe, I feel like Flash should have been separate because it really ruined Arrow specifically. Like, I like Arrow more than I like the Flash.
Well, again, the first 2 seasons of Arrow were pretty well grounded.
Very grounded.
Yeah. And then once you started introducing the Flash,
so and then like Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, all that stuff should have actually been its own little universe, and maybe you know what I mean. Like it just felt weird. It has a lot to do with the fact that they wanted to make the Flash first, but they said no, you have to make another show before because the Flash, this actual TV show, like the first season, was supposed to be it was supposed to be the movie Green Lantern. That whole thing. So it's like it's so much baggage with this show for me, and just like I can't. My brain, when I try to rewatch the Arrowverse, it just hurts so bad when you know all the secrets, right? And like how good it could have been had it not been for petty infighting and like trusting the audience and not treating the audience like they're stupid.
Yeah. And again, we've talked about this before, just all the opportunities they miss with like even just merchandising, and
it took forever. And by the time they started to, I was just like, no, thank you. But I think I have all the Funko Pops. I think that's probably the best merch. I have the books. I have all of Arrow's season comic book tie-ins. But it took forever even just to get CW Flash shirt. Like I just didn't understand it. And like, I don't think Arrow really ever had an official CW era actually ever had any official like clothing merchandise.
I don't think.
So it's just really weird. Season 2, like I liked it, like I said, when it was airing, but now that I watch it, it's just so much garbage and filler, and not even good filler. And this is like what this is it's not even the penultimate episode. They didn't even bother to give him the penultimate episode. They gave him the episode before the penultimate episode. And yes, this is for future Lil, so she can take a drink in 2025.
But yeah, and again, we're still under the model of 22, 23 episodes a season too. So
yeah, oh god, I miss it. I miss it so much. I just want to cry when I think about like this. I'm sure this is somebody's comfort show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, season 2 is good, but I just start seeing all the little things. And the when they hired Kevin Smith, I was just like, but you didn't hire him for Arrow? He didn't even bother to think to ask for Arrow.
I mean, who knows? Maybe there was behind the scenes.
Well, I know it was. Mark Guggenheim was not going to let that happen. He barely wanted Wendy Merkel there. He didn't want more Kirkland there. Like he had a whole thing. He was very possessive, very jealous. And that's what actually kind of tore the Arrowverse apart. If you know, you know. If you want me to talk about that, just let me know. We'll put it on the Patreon behind a paywall because it's juicy.
Oh, bye.
Very, very juicy. Yeah, this episode, it gave me a little tear. I'm not gonna lie. The first time, it was cute, and it's mostly because I'm not gonna lie. It's Henry's there. I love me some JWS. So.
Yeah, that and just Barry dealing with all the stuff with his mother, and all the unresolved issues.
And then it's also Jesse and Wally. I was really rooting for them. It was very much giving Gwen and Miles.
Yeah. And then we basically just killed Jesse off screen because we kind of erased Earth 2.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah, we're and I just like the underutilization of Star Labs just pisses me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of start off the Star Labs and it pisses me off already.
It's kind of like we have this giant building, but we only ever see like 2 rooms.
But no, my favorite thing I think about the Flash is that they're slowly rebuilding it after the particle accelerator explosion. I can't remember if by the end of the show they actually show it fully rebuilt. I cannot remember if it actually does get fully rebuilt, but I thought that was kind of a fun touch.
Yeah.
You'd see the outside and you'd see it like being fixed up and stuff. So good on them. They tried their best. Lord knows they tried their best. Let's see. Also, you know what? Another thing that pisses me off in season 2 is the use. Like, listen, if you're gonna have Tony Todd, like, I get it, he's an amazing voice actor, but put him in the actual fucking show, not just his voice. Thank you. And they go on to do that with freaking was it Prometheus, and they use freaking
Michael Dorn.
Yeah, Worf.
Yeah.
Pissed me off again.
I mean, it's kind of nice.
Shame on me, but a second that can't happen again. You see,
it's kind of nice for them. I hope they made a decent payday, but they don't want to do nothing. But they can roll into the studio and in their pajamas. And
I know, but it's like, oh, you had it, but so close. Also, this is the weird time for Cisco, which he was like my favorite character for a really long time, and they totally ruined him. And it starts here in season 2 as well.
Yeah, because right now he can just basically have the visions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the moment where he like gets that remnant of Barry suit. And he's like, oh, he's still alive. And there's this really cool scene of Barry alive in the Speed Force, and that's really cool. And this is like I would have preferred for JWS to be the Speed Force as he is kind of here in this episode as well. But they go on to use his mom because of course they do. Nora is the CW's version of Martha.
Yes.
And it just really gets under my skin so bad.
Again, they kind of, Barry, besides Supergirl, Barry basically almost becomes a version of Superman, and of course Oliver becomes Batman once we start getting everybody in here.
Yeah.
Because again, like you said, Arrow kind of had its own identity until the Arrowverse started expanding, and then it's like, oh.
And the fact that they wanted to call the CWverse and not the Arrowverse was just so freaking rude to me. Like, listen, I now know in retrospect that Stephen Amell is an egomaniac, and he probably kind of deserved it. But like, no, put some respect on everybody that worked on Arrow and made a Green Arrow character a household name. Like, don't do that. Yeah,
because that show's not just Stephen Amell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's a cute episode. It's a real tearjerker because it's like Barry kind of wakes up in this place that looks like his home, and he sees Joe, but he's like, that's not Joe. And then it's like the Speed Force itself, and I'm just like, okay, the Speed Force likes to play games. The Speed Force likes to play games. I don't know how to feel about that. The Speed Force being this entity that shapeshifts. It's giving Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I don't think it was games, more along the lines of, again, it probably doesn't have many conversations with human beings, but like it's the Speed Force version of therapy, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just like, if you're a comic book fan, this kind of iteration of the Speed Force is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
I guess
really have to.
It's TV version of, hey, we interacted with the Speed Force.
Yeah, I guess there's not really a better way to show it in retrospect, but it's just a little cheesy.
Yeah.
And I love how he sees that little black blur speeding past. I was like, I don't know if I would go chasing a black blur. I don't know. Well, maybe a red blue blur. Shout out to Smallville. I don't know about a black blur. That seems a little ominous to me.
You racist.
I know, so what? I'm just trying to fit in with the rest of America, Phil.
Oh!
It's election season. It's fine.
Hey, man, I'm not racist. I have a problem with everybody.
Exactly. I've been saying that all the time. I was like, hey, I hate everybody equally.
Damn white people.
Truly, from the bottom of my cold, black, little tiny heart. But this is when Wells was still really good and well written too.
Yeah. There was only 2 versions of Wells at this point. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that was my point when they started doing 50 different versions of Wells. I'm just like,
yeah, again, yeah. And then Cisco's like, I saw him in some kind of vortex.
Yeah,
and Wells was like, shit, man.
I think they said he did. I think he did before, but I think Tom Cavanaugh's directing more Superman and Lois this final season.
Oh, good for him. Get your director creds. Absolutely.
Mm.
It's so weird because like didn't David Ramsey direct some too as well? Like the other seasons or something?
I think so. And like Diggle actually made like an appearance or 2 on the show too. So
and they didn't. They teased and then they cock blocked us. It's just a whole mess. It's a whole mess with this freaking universe, man. Yeah, that reveal, and then he's like, "Oh man, he's in the Speed Force." And then Joe tells him he needs to figure out how to get Barry back. And then Henry goes look for Jesse, and he learns that Jesse seems okay, but she won't be for long.
No.
Oh God, it's just a mess. Cisco like takes Iris to the morgue with those dead metahumans.
I know.
Like make Cisco and Iris's friends a thing. I hated this so much.
Well, it's the girlfriend and the best friend. It's like, well, I guess we got to kind of.
Cisco's not his best friend. It's he's not. It's Oliver.
Well, at this point, I think they were still kind of trying to play with the it's Cisco, but
if anything, it would have been Caitlin and not Cisco. If we're all just being really real. I'm just saying they really never figured out how to like make Cisco a thing. Unfortunately, you had too many characters, and certain people have better chemistry with other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
so they get more scenes together. Like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, Cisco and Barry actually don't have that many scenes together compared to everybody else.
Oh, true.
Well, Cisco doesn't even really have that many scenes compared to everybody else in the grand scheme of things. And I totally get why he left, and hoping that when he left, when he came back, they treat him better, but they didn't. We should have had freaking Pied Piper. I'm so bummed we never really got that to work out.
Yeah, we got it in very limited doses, but yeah.
I would have preferred him over Cisco. There, I said it. Don't at me. Let's see what else. So we cut back to kind of like, oh yeah, that's where Girder's in that stupid morgue.
Yeah, and like the thing,
and it gets reanimated. That new particle accelerator explosion.
Yeah, because Zoom took Barry's powers. They were trying to give him his powers back. That's when he gets thrown into the Speed Force and like that.
Yeah,
that was what reawakens Girder as like a zombie.
Yeah, I was just like, babes, iZombie is on Friday nights. Thank you very much. I don't even know if iZombie was out at that point, but it's still funny. I think it was. So we go back to Barry chasing the black blur, and then he encounters Iris. Of course, it's not the real Iris. And he's like, I don't know why I can't catch this blur if he's the Flash. And Speed Force Iris was like, why are you rejecting the gift I gave you? And like Barry gets pissed. And I'm like, this is how you know it's supposed to have been Wally. Barry doesn't get angry. I'm sorry. Wally, however, is a total hothead. So I'm like, every time I think about that, like some of the characterizations with Barry, I'm like, they know damn well this is.
Oh, was this what the show was supposed to be Wally?
Yeah, but they wanted to write specifically Mark and the rest of them wanted to do a Barry Allen, despite at this point Barry hadn't even been back that much from his 30-year absence.
Yeah.
And that's why the movie was supposed to be. It was supposed to kind of coincide with him coming back into the comics.
Oh.
And then it turned into Green Lantern. It was just like a whole mess.
Yeah.
And yeah, but everybody knows like Wally was actually the writers. That's what the studio wanted, but they didn't want it. They were like, no, trust us. Everybody's gonna love Barry so much more, and it's true. But like when they write some of the characterizations, I still see Wally, and obviously you see that they bring in Wally West, and to season 2, and it's a weird, convoluted storyline as always.
Oh, by the way,
Uncle now is he?
By the way, Iris's mom, yeah, she's not dead. She was just a deadbeat. Yeah, no.
Well, better than the dad being a deadbeat.
That's true.
Ooh, twist, crisscross. Such a mess. It's like Joe is like the perfect guy. Like this is how you know you side-eye that lady. Like, you did something. You're a cheater. I want a blood test.
Oh yeah, this shit was it drugs or something? It was something. I thought
Yeah, it was something.
Was it drugs or alcohol? It was something. I swear she had some kind of substance problem. I thought that's
like
what
Joe would have took you back like how he dealt with Cecile. She was annoying as hell. Patience of a freaking saint. That's why we love Papa West, okay?
Well, he didn't hear half the stuff she said down there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, ladies. That's why if you're a little lady, get you something you can climb up on. That way, they don't have to hear your nonsense way down there.
Lilith Hellfire's life tips.
And then you don't also have to hear his grumblings either, you know. Anyway, let's see, where were we?
Hulk could beat Superman all day.
Sure, pal. Sure.
Shut up and just lay there.
Oh yeah, then this is where Wells and Cisco prepare Cisco to enter the Speed Force to get them back, and Cisco like gets into that vortex. No, wait, we're at the girder part. Sorry, damn, freaking stupid wiki. So Girder's like out and about.
Yeah, it's just like wandering around. He trashes Jitters. Yeah,
Jitters. Not our universal constant, since we can't have we do have Big Belly Burger at this point, but not enough. We see Jitters way more than we do Big Belly Burger.
Well, because that was like hardwired into this show, because that's where Iris was first working.
Yeah. To be a PhD, have a PhD, and have to work at a coffee shop. That's relatable to somebody, but not me. Anyway, Joe, Iris, and Cisco start looking at the patterns, and they're like, "Oh, he's retracing his steps, and he's trying to find Iris."
Mm-hmm.
So Iris becomes bait, but Iris, much to everybody's chagrin, she is actually a self-rescuing princess, and she don't need no man to help her, which nobody appreciated.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. Yeah, she was like trying to lure him back to Star Labs, her and Joe.
Yep, and she's like, "Yeah, I can deal with this."
All I got to say is the dude was dead. He's still hunting her. That must be some superior puss.
Superior puss.
I mean, Barry pined for her for like what 20 years, so.
It's childhood, yes.
You know. Let's see. And the Speed Force, Barry encounters another Speed Force avatar, and it's the form of Henry. And they're at his mother's grave, and he's like, "Why have you never visited before?" And I'm like, "Oh no, not the Batman thing."
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. If we do the Barry thing, it's like, oh yeah, we can do the dead, the whole dead parent thing now. And
yeah. I really actually do not enjoy that change. I mean, I've come to terms with it, but it kind of annoys me.
It does, because it's like now again, like that's always our problem is everyone's Batman.
Trauma porn.
Yeah, everyone's Batman now, and it's like, God forbid the dude just became a hero just for the sake of it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or he wanted to.
I mean, I guess Superman doesn't really fall in that category.
I mean,
he kind of does, but he kind of doesn't. Let's be real. His real parents are the Kents.
Yeah, and again, it depends on the version. Sometimes they're dead, sometimes they're not.
Yeah. I think the best versions are when they're actually not dead, honestly.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll agree with that 1,000%.
Not you, All-Star Superman. Kidding. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's better than All-Star Batman and Robin.
Well, what isn't better than All-Star Batman and Robin?
A few things, actually.
You leave Seb Wells out of this.
Oh, I meant in the DC universe. I mean, if you want to talk overall,
DC universe. Okay.
That is for her.
Oh wait, that is his story. Never mind.
Your mother's a whore. What else? Let's see. So they talk about why he didn't visit before, and then he asks, he's like, "You never accepted her death," and it's just like, well, it's a little traumatizing.
Well, yeah.
That's how trauma works. Like, I'm so confused. Are you telling him to go to therapy or what?
But I mean, especially, this at that point, when as a child, an unknown phenomenon kills your mother, they blame your father. You tell them he's innocent, but no one believes you, and then you find out it's a time traveling maniac who just did it to get revenge on you.
Just the whole point of the fact. What are you?
How dare you have trauma?
I know, exactly. He's like, literally, how can somebody accept it? And that's true. Losing a parent, especially at a very young age like that, I think a lot of people struggle with that for their whole life.
And again, especially because some maniac came back in time to get revenge on you.
Then the Speed Force asks, what about all the other people he saved? Does their lives mean anything? And he's like, you know what? I can't talk. I see that damn blur again. I gotta go. Dealing with the trauma right now.
Well, the Speed, he wants to go home. He says, my friends need me. And then the Speed Force says, fine, you can go home, but you're going home without your powers unless you catch that black blur.
Yep. He's like, I don't have time for this therapy lesson. I'm going to get out of here. Like Tom Cruise running away from all his problems in every single movie, but, Then we cut to Iris and Joe waiting at the house for Gerda to arrive. Joe asks Wally if he's all right, and he tests if he's a metahuman by dropping the coffee mug. Oh, I liked that callback. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Well, I just looks at him, and Joe's like, "Oh, okay."
Iris is like,
better not be no damn dirty mutie.
Iris is like, I gave you that mug.
Gerda arrives, and Iris begins to lure him to Star Labs. We cut back to Barry in his childhood home, and he sees one more Speed Force avatar in the form of his mother Nora, which becomes the standard form of the Speed Force. Aww. I love that actress though, so it was always nice to see her.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Barry admits that he has never accepted her death and realizes the thing that is holding him back. The Speed Force tells him that despite that fact, she's proud of the man he's become and assures him that the words are from both the Speed Force and Nora, his mother. So we cut to a Lord Girder into Star Labs, and Cisco plans to use a powerful electromagnetic.
Wipe the hard drive.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, they even use that analogy in the episode. It's like,
I was just like, you're so stupid. I hate you so much. So Girder arrives. Cisco activates the stupid magnets, and they shut down after a few seconds, and it doesn't stop Girder. Everybody runs into the isolation chamber, and the door is not gonna hold for long. So Cisco realizes that Barry didn't come back because he didn't want to yet, and says they need to go back to the Speed Force again to get Barry. And I'm just like, oh God, you're just padding out the runtime at this point.
Yeah, well, the first they're like, Henry's gonna go, and they're like, Iris like, no, let me do it.
Duh. Why would anybody else even bother?
Yeah, exactly.
As we learn later on, we don't learn that to another 2 seasons, honestly, but still.
How are we gonna lure him out of the Speed Force?
Superior Bus.
Hey man, season 2, Candace Patton now would have lured me out of the Speed Force.
Exactly. So we cut to Nora reading Barry's favorite children's book to him, The Runaway Dinosaur. Have you ever read that book?
No. At first I was like, no, I'd never encountered that book. At first I was like, is that a real book?
I feel like it is, but
I thought I read somewhere. I thought it was it's based on a book. It was a Runaway something else, but then it's just substituted whatever it was for dinosaur, maybe.
Yeah,
because no, not even the original. I didn't ever encounter that.
Yeah, it's just I forget what the actual story it's based on, but yeah, it's a really popular book or something. So I was just like, oh, okay. And he still remembers it and finally understands that despite his mom dying, she still he had the mother he always deserved. And Nora's like, yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, it's the runaway bunny.
Yeah. There we go. I was just like, I was like, I don't know. That's weird.
From 1942.
Oh.
So it's been around for a while, kids. Hell, our parents could have read it.
Grandparents, yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
So it's been around for a while, but I never read it.
His last name's Hurd with an H. URD. That's kind of funny.
Oh, jeez.
The illustrator. I'm just saying.
Well, no wonder you're late. You're what? Traffic back from the pharmacy, love? Close the turd.
It's my restful Sunday. What do you want from me?
Content for Justin.
So Barry stands up, catches a black blur, and of course it's himself, because everybody's their own worst enemy in this whole fucking universe. God, it's so simple. It's infuriating.
I also saw it as when he actually caught the blur, because it almost looks like it just runs up. That's him accepting everything.
Yeah.
So
stupid. So cheesy.
And then we get another run, Barry, run.
Yeah, Cisco and Wells prefer to go back to the Speed Force, and Wells says as long as Cisco vibes, another can go with them, but they have to maintain physical contact. And of course, that's where Iris is like, no, I'm going. We are the Flash. Wait, that didn't happen yet. I hate that people turn that into that terrible meme. Honestly, it's like, bro, that's his girl. She's saying, I will carry your burdens for you. Just because you don't have love in your life, you hateful little trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that got eclipsed by the meme of Grant Gustin by Oliver Queen's grave. Just like,
I know those are definitely top 2 Flash verse memes for sure.
I swear people use that graveyard one and they don't even know what it is. But
I know they're like, what? I had somebody say that to me before. I'm like, oh my god, don't talk to me right now. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is where we Barry sees the vortex and hears Iris calling on Nora. Says, "Run, Barry, run!" And it's just like, "Up, take a drink." He enters the vortex, grabs Iris's hand, and they all return. And everybody's happy to have their little baby Barry back. And then they're like, "Oh shit, Gerder's still out there."
I love Cisco's like, "Yeah, oh great, you're back." He's like, "We're about to die." He's like, "What?"
So they try to lure him back to the magnets, and he managed to use his newly acquired speed power up because every season he has to have a power up, even though he's supposed to be the fastest man alive. That ain't true.
You mean level up?
Shh! Don't be quoting Felicity.
Oh, they're gonna say Eric Wallace. Okay.
Oh. Definitely don't quote that man to me. Unless he wants to come and answer for his crimes. I don't want to hear it.
You get in line behind Bendis, sir. Except well.
We got our list is starting to get kind of long, bud. So Henry examines Barry and he's okay. Harry's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come back to Central City. And then like Barry goes to see Jessie, he touches her, and that electric crackle follows, and she wakes up. He's like, oh.
He's CWG. Oh. He's CW Jesus.
I mean, lightning did give him abs, so Barry says he kind of knew it would wake her up, and Wells is like, yeah, the Speed Force. And they're like, oh, we got more speedsters on the way. Do we? I was just like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Barry and Iris go to his mother's grave for the first time, and he admits that every time Joe tried to bring him here, he always found an excuse not to come. He leaves a bouquet of flowers and the book, The Runaway Dinosaur. And then Barry then tells Iris that he doesn't even know what it is that is going on between them, but she's always been the reason for him to come home. And they hug, and I'm like, babes, you know what's going on.
Well, yeah.
She finally gave him more than a church hug, and that was sweet.
Oh my.
Then we cut to the CCPD. Zoom asks Caitlin if she's with him or against him. Tells her not to answer, rather he makes the game. He's like, gonna just go see your friends. Wink wink. And when he comes back, if he comes back and she's not there, he's against him. If she's there, she's with him. Duh. Goes to the address of the army of metahumans. It tells him that the world will be there. So I'm just like, boo. Boo. Zoom was a flop for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No shade to Teddy Sears. Love the man, but the whole arc of that whole thing was a flop.
Well, again, they just wanted a new Reverse Flash, kind of.
And it flopped. The whole synthetic Speed Force and all that was so stupid. It was very poor. Oh, it wasn't stupid. It was poorly executed. I think it could have been done a little bit better in somebody else's hands.
Oh yeah, the Velocity 9. Yeah.
V9, baby. I'm just like, you can just make meth. It's okay. That reminds me of something. Sometimes I just think about how High School Musical and Breaking Bad literally were happening at the same time. And it's like, get your head in the game. Oh.
Have you done?
He did 3 on Friday.
3 Friday, 4 yesterday. Yeah. And then this is the first of 3 today, sir.
You might need some V9, bud.
I can't help it that Lilith Hellfire wants to record ahead because she's going to be in a
undisclosed bunker,
medically induced coma.
So yeah, no, I was just like, okay. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is cute. And like I said, I shed a little tear for Barry and Iris because like Wes Allen was ever since that whole Oliver Felicity thing, I was always worried about West Allen. Always, because everybody's trying to push Snowberry from like day one. It was so weird. I hate internet. I hate internet fans.
Well, that thing really caught on fire when he brought her home, Caitlin home drunk from the bar.
Yeah. No, it was like I remember before the show even aired, they had done like that. They had done a spread in the magazine, and people were pushing Snowberry. So like, I was in the trenches for seasons like 1 through 3
the racist. Okay.
Yeah. And thank God, like the real combo fan, like, no, babes, it's West Allen or nothing. sorry to be the one to tell. Although Patty, I could have got behind Patty. A lot of people could have got behind
that. Hey, Lilith, I could have got behind that.
Shout out to Chantel Van Alstine, bro. She went on to go do so many pilots and nothing ever stuck. I felt so bad for her. I really like her as an actress.
She was on The Boys for a little bit.
Yeah, she was on Timeless. She had another show on the CW that lasted like 1 season, and then another show after that. It was kind of wild. Mm-hmm. Like the year after the Flash, after they kicked her off the Flash, and they decided they didn't want to keep her around. She was everywhere that next TV season. So I was like, good for her, and I still see her occasionally pop up in things. So
yeah, no, I like her. She's good, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I give this episode a solid B-. I mean, like I said, Kevin Smith couldn't Kevin Smith it too much. The writing was still pretty solid. It was a little hokey, but the Flash was always kind of hokey. You know, like from the very opening scene of the first episode of season 1, this was meant to be emotional tearjerker bait. This was supposed to be the family show of the CW Arrowverse heroes. You know what I mean? Mm. And it was for a long time. Like it consistently beat Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was on a much bigger network. Mm. But I do find it curious now that I'm looking at the freaking ratings. Like this is like towards the end of the season. This is where everybody's supposed to be catching up. And this isn't like, so this got like a 3.5 million people were watching. And I was like, okay. I think we were at the peak when the season began. We were consistently around like almost 4 million people for the most part in season 2, with very few exceptions.
I mean, unless do people jump back on it at the penultimate or the finale?
No, the penultimate did go down, and the finale did go down. So I thought that kind of weird.
Huh.
I think that I'm alone and not really liking Kevin Smith in my older years. I think they're just like, oh. I think him crying and getting the job really did turn a lot of people off.
Yeah.
It felt like a stunt. It felt like a gimmick. And I think it was just too early in the show's run to have that kind of thing. Because like basically Kevin Smith has nothing to do with the Flash at all. So that definitely felt gimmicky.
Yeah, no. Again, the minute I heard about that, I was like, "Oh my god!" I
think it really did turn people off, though, because the ratings after that episode just.
I mean, I never saw him the same light again after that. I was like, "Oh, well, he's another phony." Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, but it's like solid. And like I said, like everybody was a well-oiled machine at that point, so they really didn't need that much direction. There wasn't a lot of action in this either, so you know what I mean. Like it's a lot of standing around and talking, as would become the trope of Flash in later seasons. Like I said, a lot of the bad habits start here in the back half of season 2. So the wash, rinse, repeat villains trying to chase that high of Eobard Thawne.
Yeah,
like, babe, just give us Eobard Thawne. Give us reverse Flash, babes. Like, stop trying to play all these games with us.
Yeah, it wasn't until season 4 when they actually like, oh, hey, maybe we should have a big bad who's not a speedster.
Still didn't work out very well.
I know, it was a thinker, but still.
I kind of liked it, but it was kind of like, when you look at it, actually, in like retrospect, no, we all know the worst villain was that season 5? Not Savitar, but the Cicada, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was 5.
Yeah. Ooh, Cicada was definitely the worst one.
Oh Lord, yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, so it was kind of an enjoyable rewatch, but I probably won't think about this show again for another like 2-3 years. I watch Legends, like honestly though, more than I think that's my comfort show.
Oh yeah.
And that has an unresolved cliffhanger, pisses me off.
I know. I
the first 2 seasons. I don't even start watching it until like freaking Constantine joins. So. Mm-hmm. That's everything you need to know.
I mean, that has an unresolved cliffhanger. Arrow kind of has a unresolved cliffhanger.
I will never forget. They knew good and goddamn well they were not going to make that Canary show. To make that the penultimate episode, mess up the whole tradition of Arrow, I will never forgive them. They knew damn well they were going to have 3 female lead show. They knew damn well that wasn't going to happen. They hated Katie Cassidy. They knew it wasn't going to happen, bro.
Is that just plausible deniability? Well, we tried.
It was definitely plausible deniability, and it pissed me off. Shout out to poor little William.
Oh yeah, he's still out there.
Some say he's still out there with freaking Wildcat bleeding out in the street.
Oh my lord! But yes, Lilith loves Legends of Tomorrow.
I lost my nipple for nothing. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to the mean unicorns.
Oh my! But yeah, I mean that was a big. Yeah, the Legends had the biggest unresolved cliffhanger.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of fitting for that show. When you think about it.
But it's so funny too because it's like, yeah, it's all thanks, Booster.
I know everybody was like, like psych, motherfucker. I was like, yep. At that point, I was totally done with the Arrowverse though, so I would just wait for like 3 or 4 episodes of Legends and just like binge them.
Yeah.
I knew they were a goner, so it was just like whatever.
Because that was like right. I think that was before this final season of Flash. Because everyone was like, "Oh, is there anything to take an episode of Flash and resolve that?" Nope.
One day we should get some of our friends together from like they used to podcast about the Arrowverse, and we should like critique the crossover, the big crossover.
Crisis.
Yeah. I think that would be fun to take a look back at that. I do think it is the best kind of extended TV universe. I think it was way better than most that we have today.
I mean, it was not perfect, but I thought they did a hell of a job on
what they had.
TV, whatever TV budget they had.
I like the first crossovers though. They were a little more self-contained, a little easier.
Just the ones that were like Oliver and Barry.
Yeah, even the one where they meet Supergirl, I thought was pretty good. Oh God, I miss Callista Flockhart. She started supporting Harrison Ford, not the other way around. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my! Oh man, she's about to get that Red Hulk money.
Oh God, it's a mess. All right, what is the homework for next week?
All right. Well, I believe next week we're gonna cover like the last few Green Arrow issues from Kevin Smith. I believe it's 12 through 15. So
okay, cool.
The first appearance of some of the early appearances of Onomatopoeia in there.
Yeah.
So, and then the week after that, Salty and Petty will be back, and we'll talk chasing Amy. Right?
Was that your pick?
No, I thought that was your pick.
Okay. Yeah, it's the least Kevin. No, it's the least Kevin Smith movie. Yeah.
All right, kids. So yes. So send us your thoughts on those.
I thought I was gonna make you watch Jersey Girl, but I must have changed my mind.
Oh, was it Jersey Girl? Okay, no. I don't have the schedule open in front of me. No, if it's Jersey Girl, no Jersey Girls. All right, but here, let me check the schedule. But yes, email us your thoughts on whatever. CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch. Get the classic Capes Lunatics merch. You can also, hold on. Let me see. I am chasing Amy down. I thought that was your pick, but I mean, we can do Jersey Girl if you want. It's up to you.
No. We don't need to deal with Jennifer Lopez dying in the beginning of the movie, even though that's the best part of the movie. We don't need it.
Talking about Queen Thanos with all her rings. Come on. All right. So yes, you could find the High Queen here. Yes, demands that you rain random money on us. See, kids, it's a to
help me get to the dispensary.
Rain random money on us through the Cash App link. That stuff don't grow on trees. No, it grows in the ground.
Make it rain.
All right. So
my shit grows in a lab.
You get that weaponized.
Hydroponic, baby.
That artificial weaponized. That's the only way it affects her anymore. All right. So yes. Yes, Cash App rain random money through the Cash App link. They make us dance on that pole when and the speedster of the week comes by and tries to kidnap us.
She looks like she was just working a.
I might be the Flash because I can't get drunk.
I'm the Flash. Oh my god, I would pay for video of that. You in a bar with like wing sauce on your face. I'm the Flash. I'm the Flash. I don't know, kids. I heard she flashed a few people. Hey, all right. So yes, Cash App, and of course the Patreon, where Lilith and I give you something exclusive just to the patrons, uncensored, something different every month. Got a lot of stuff coming. Oh, remind me, Justin did give us another suggestion, so we'll have to put that on the schedule somewhere too. So,
okie dokie.
Justin programming, I love it. You're laying down on the job.
Have a hootin' good time for sure.
That's right. You're laying down on the job, Ray. All right. So subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. And remember, you can find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, Smokey the Bear. You want anybody to follow you anywhere?
You can follow me on TikTok at LilithHellfire69. I thought it was Smokey Bear.
What?
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
I thought it was Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear.
Oh.
You have a Mandela effect, and it's Smokey Bear.
Is it? I thought it was not Bear.
It's Smokey Bear.
Oh.
Phil's got his first Mandela.
Try to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Oh.
The big finish.
Jazz hands.
She'll be unconscious. She'll still go jazz hands. All right. Thank you for joining us for this flashback.
Get out of here.
We are. All right. Yes. Come back next time. We'll talk some Green Arrow comics by Kevin Smith as Smith-tember rolls along. As Smith-tember rolls on like a blunt.
Blunt man.
Smoking weed. Oh, that's what we should do one day. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Absolutely. Maybe another Smith-tember.
Okay. Oh, you know what? We should do that somewhere. You, me, and Justin.
Oh, absolutely. Salty and Petty next year, Smith-tember.
Yes.
Live watch. Like, why is it so cloudy on Lil's camera? Don't worry about it.
All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, December is coming. You can yell, "Run, Lilith, run!"